Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm sure anyone watching this here knows what a beach or pool is, right? If you don't, you're stupid. Now get off. Now. But I've had some pretty scary experiences when it comes to swimming, and in this video, I'll go over each and every one of them. Alright, so on to number 1. I was just at the beach doing many things you could do there. Play in the sand, bury yourself in the sand, or you can eat the sand, make sandcastles too. Or in the water, you can swim underwater, splash around in the water, or drink the water. Too salty. Play in the waves as well too. It's a pretty fun thing. And that's what I decided to do. I would go a little far out and jump over the waves, but one time I went a little too far, and if you don't know, the farther in the ocean you go, the waves tend to get bigger. So when I went too far, some waves were a bit too big for me, and my family was yelling at me to come back, but I kept getting shoved under by the waves. I was also swallowing salt water too, but thankfully I ended up back at the beach with a bit too much salt in me to cough up.
Yeah, it was pretty scary because seriously, those waves are like 2 feet taller than me, dude. I'm not even kidding. Waves can be pretty serious. But in the end, I was all fine. Now this story takes place in my babysitter's house. This is the second story. She had a dog that we will call Sally. So Sally was a real jerk at her babysitters, constantly having an attitude, yelling at me when the fork got knocked down, I didn't even do it, and putting my sister's stuff up where she couldn't even reach it, like the fridge or the shelf. And my older sister was friends with Sally, and both of them share the same jerky attitudes. No wonder my older sister is like that. But by far the rudest thing that she's ever done to me at the babysitter's was this, and I'll tell you. So this place takes place on this pool deck at my babysitter's. Everything was going fine. We were playing in the water, playing with floaties, and playing with pool balls, and eating popsicles as well. All was great, till the time I was standing next to the pool on the deck, and Sally thought, hey, other girl, wouldn't it be funny if I shoved Ben into the pool? Yeah! So she did, and I had no idea what to think. I was just sitting in the pool, it all happened so fast, but everyone but the babysitter saw it. So my young and angry, upset butt gets out of the pool and tells my babysitter, and I go, Sally and this other girl shoved me in the pool. And I can't remember word for word what the babysitter said, but it was something along the lines of, oh, you'll be fine. No, I'm not gonna be fine. My nose got filled with water and my little itty-bitty heart is shattered. I want revenge. I want a granola bar. Now keep in mind that I haven't been to my babysitter since I was like in the 2nd grade. That's years. One time I remember I was making a note that was talking about how I hated Sally. And I remember one part of it was like, Sally makes cry when she yell at us. And my older sister found it and said that she would tell it to Sally. And as you'd expect, at the end of the school day, we were walking home and Sally went, did you write this note? Yeah? You better not do that again, ever again, you hear me? So that's why I hate Sally. She was never nice, but she did have some silly cats. Okay, now this one I'm about to tell you isn't too much of a big story, but who cares? Now, this took place at my birthday party in July. It was a pool party. Everything you would expect was there. Chips, cake, real food, a hot tub, and obviously the pool. Now everyone was just playing in the pool, having a grand old time. To chilling in the hot tub, feasting on fatty foods, or squirting people with like always, going great. Even all my friends were there. Till Mother Nature went, sure, it's the kid's birthday and all, but they've had too much fun. Hey! Hey! Get that wrapper off the ground! That's it! Thunderstorm! So it just had to storm on my birthday pool party. And we were yelling at people to get out of the pool, but barely anyone would get out. We even had to use my toy megaphone to get them out. And they still didn't. Like we yelled at them. Like, do you want to die? Just get out! Yeah, some people just never listen. Now, I would give some sort of short talk before I get into this thing, something like, do y'all know when you're invited to a friend's house, something like this, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's something that you can relate to. But this one I'm about to tell y'all probably isn't too relatable. But anyways, my mother's friend or something said that we're going away, or that's what I think. And some people invited us to their house. This happened years ago, so I can't remember who and why. But all I can remember is that house was nice. Built-in speakers in the ceiling, huge space, several bedrooms, but here's what blew me away. In the basement, there were arcade machines. What? Like, what house just has that? There were a kid's room in there that even had a Wii U. A Wii U? The Wii, which is another version of the Wii U? Wii! But mainly we went there to go swim at their pool. This time the pool was about average sized, but it didn't have a it did have a water slide. But when I say water slide, I don't mean some giant water park type one, just a little one. It was still fun, and our family was just hanging out in the pool. Some were not, some were sliding, and I would too. I went up to the slide and slowly slid down, because at the time I was scared. Not sure why, but I made it down. Then it was Lauren's turn. She went up, slid back down, but then came back up crying? I thought to myself, maybe she hit her foot on the pool real hard? Maybe the slide burned her skin from sliding down? Maybe water got in her eyes? Nope, none of that. Turns out she got stung by a wasp. Surprisingly, I've never been stung by a bee or a wasp, but it turns out there was a wasp nest on the slide, so Lauren must have soaked the wasp nest, angering the wasp, causing it to sting her. But get this, I went down before her, real slow even, so there was so much time for that wasp to get me, but I was lucky enough not to get stung.
Thank God I finished this. This took me a month. Well, I'm actually not sure. And also, this is unscripted. I did not script any of this, so I might sound a little stupid, but I finally finished this after so long. I think there should be any improvements. Like, I added more color. I actually added backgrounds rather than just being stupid images. I made more stories and all that. Finally done with the long-form video. Also, I'm not going to post that much anymore because I have school. And if any of you were wondering why my voice got deeper, it was probably because it was my birthday not a while ago. I mean, I don't expect my voice to change as soon as I turn 13. I'm 13! And I'm pretty sure, it's just, I've gotten older now, and this video did take me a while to make, so I assume my voice gotten deeper over time. This video was made before my birthday and then ended like a few days after my birthday. I also got a cool toy I'm going to show you. It's a drone. I'm going to make a drone video. Don't expect it to come out too much, because school starts